Tonight, Buckingham Palace is trembling with scandal like never before. King Charles has reportedly declared divorce from Queen Camilla after a shocking series of betrayals. And now, whispers of blackmail and even stolen royal jewels are exploding inside the palace walls. The monarchy is no stranger to controversy, but what we're uncovering today could shatter the very foundation of the crown. So what really happened behind those gilded palace doors, and how could this change the monarchy forever? Stay with us, because what you're about to hear will leave you speechless. This story takes us back decades to the triangle that haunted the royal family for years: Charles, Diana, and Camilla. In 1981, the world watched a fairy tale wedding when Charles married Lady Diana Spencer. But behind Diana's radiant smile, cracks already formed. She knew her marriage wasn't just between two people. Camilla had always been there, silently waiting in the shadows. By the early 90s, the truth was impossible to hide. The Camillagate tapes humiliated the monarchy, and Diana's raw honesty in her 1995 Panorama interview exposed Charles and Camilla's affair to the world. Diana became the wronged princess, Charles the villain, and Camilla the most hated woman in Britain. After Diana's tragic death in 1997, Charles fought for years to rebuild his image. Slowly, Camilla stepped into public life, and against all odds, the two married in 2005. Queen Elizabeth never attended their civil ceremony, a silent reminder of disapproval. But over time, public hostility softened. By 2022, Charles had finally become King Charles III, with Camilla crowned Queen Consort beside him. The fairy tale Charles always wanted had finally come true, or so it seemed. Fast forward to 2024. Buckingham Palace stunned the world when they revealed Charles had cancer. Overnight, sympathy for the king grew, but so did speculation about succession. Prince William quietly prepared for the future, while Camilla was expected to stand by her husband in his darkest hour. Instead, what unfolded left the royal family and the public in shock. On March 27, 2025, Charles was rushed to the London clinic after serious complications from treatment. The entire family rushed to his side: William, Catherine, Princess Anne, Edward, and Sophie. But Camilla was nowhere to be found. Hours passed, and when William finally called her, she coolly replied, "I was busy." That single phrase ignited fury. Anne was outraged. Catherine whispered it didn't feel right, and even William was stunned. But Charles, frail and loyal, defended his wife. "If she is busy, then it must be important," he told them. But when Camilla finally arrived, elegant, calm, and detached, her excuse stunned everyone. She had been helping her granddaughter with an essay. For the royal family, this wasn't just a snub, it was a betrayal. When Charles asked her to cover for him at official events the next day, she refused again, saying she had other commitments. Even Princess Anne snapped, "Bigger than a sick king's orders?" Camilla left the hospital that night without looking back. But the betrayal didn't end there. Days later, whispers inside Buckingham Palace grew darker. Jewels had gone missing. Not just any jewels, but Diana's sapphire engagement ring and priceless heirlooms belonging to the late Queen Elizabeth. When evidence began pointing toward Camilla, Charles was devastated. He summoned William and Anne to his study and made a decision that could change royal history forever. "If the rumors are true," Charles said, "I will divorce her. I will strip her of every title. Stealing cannot be accepted. Not in my family, not in this institution." For a man who once threatened even his mother, Queen Elizabeth, to legitimize Camilla, this was a declaration no one thought they'd ever hear. William was shocked, begging to believe it was a mistake. Anne warned that divorce could destabilize the monarchy, but Charles, pale from illness yet unshaken, stood firm. The monarchy can survive scandal. What it cannot survive is a queen consort suspected of betrayal. I gave her everything: dignity, acceptance, a crown she never deserved. If she has stolen from me, from Diana, from my mother, then she has betrayed not only me, but the very spirit of this house. The words left his family in silence. For Charles, this wasn't just a broken marriage, it was a broken crown. If Camilla is truly guilty, this could be the end of the most controversial royal love story in history. So what happens now? Experts warn that a royal divorce at this level could ignite a constitutional crisis. Public opinion is already fractured, with many believing Diana should have been queen all along. If Charles divorces Camilla, the monarchy could attempt to rebuild around William and Catherine, restoring the people's faith in a younger generation. But one thing is certain: if Camilla is found guilty, her legacy will be destroyed forever, remembered not as queen, but as the woman who betrayed the crown. And here's where history comes full circle. Nearly a century ago, King Edward VIII abdicated for love, choosing Wallis Simpson over the throne. Today, Charles may be forced to choose the opposite, sacrificing the woman he loved to save the monarchy itself. What do you think? Should King Charles go ahead with the divorce if Camilla is guilty? Or should he forgive her, as he's done so many times before? Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because this storm inside Buckingham Palace is just getting started.
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.